Nasdaq screen with 50 criteria and results. Welcome to this technical analysis video. Today, we're diving into a detailed stock screening of Nasdaq-listed companies, conducted on Thursday, June 5, 2025, at 3:54 p.m. local time. Using a custom Python script with the TradingView Screener API, I ran 50 unique technical scans to identify promising stocks. These scans evaluated indicators like price action, momentum, volume, moving averages, and Ichimoku signals, focusing exclusively on Nasdaq stocks with significant trading activity. The results were combined, grouped by ticker, and ranked by the number of scans each stock passed. The top 20 stocks are shown in the image, and now let's explore the exact technical criteria that earned them a spot, along with how many scans they passed. The following stocks are ranked by the number of scans they passed, with each scan tied to specific technical conditions. First up is Nasdaq QDL, which passed 11 scans, including the weekly performance and RSI crossover scan, Scan 1, with a weekly performance of 0 to 15%, RSI between 50 and 65, closing price above the opening price, and the price crossing above the 20-day simple moving average. It also passed the RSI and SMA breakout scan, Scan 14, with a weekly change under 15%, closing price above the opening price, price crossing above the 20-day simple moving average, and RSI between 50 and 55, along with others like the MACD and Stochastic RSI crossover scan, Scan 33, indicating a strong bullish setup. Next, we have Nasdaq TAX, which passed 10 scans, notably the monthly momentum breakout scan, Scan 3, with an RSI above 50, monthly performance over 20%, the 5-day, 20-day, and 200-day simple moving averages below the closing price, and a relative volume greater than 1.5, as well as the high volume breakout scan, Scan 5, with a volume above 1 million shares, relative volume over 1.7, and the price above the Bollinger upper band, suggesting robust momentum. Nasdaq BREA passed 9 scans, including the EMA and CCI surge scan, Scan 4, with an RSI above 55, the 5-day, 20-day, and 50-day exponential moving averages below the closing price, and a commodity channel index above 100, as well as the EMA trend and CCI scan, Scan 25, with the 5-day EMA below the closing price, 20-day EMA below the 5-day EMA, 50-day EMA below the 20-day EMA, and commodity channel index above or equal to 90, highlighting a strong trend. Nasdaq DLPN also passed 9 scans, with the high volume breakout scan, Scan 5, requiring a volume above 1 million shares, relative volume over 1.7, and MACD above its signal line, and the parabolic SCR and EMA breakout scan, Scan 46, with the parabolic SCR below the closing price and the 10-day EMA crossing above the 20-day EMA. Nasdaq ASDS passed 8 scans, including the Ichimoku and momentum scan, Scan 7, with momentum between 1 and 4, Ichimoku baseline below the closing price, and conversion line above the baseline, as well as the MACD 0 crossover scan, Scan 45, with the MACD crossing above 0. Nasdaq MEC passed 8 scans, with the Chaikin and RSI balance scan, Scan 9, requiring a volume above 500,000 shares, RSI between 45 and 60, and stochastic RSI fast line above, or equal to the slow line, along with the RSI and Ichimoku dip scan, Scan 30, with RSI between 45 and 60, and the Ichimoku conversion line crossing below the closing price. Nasdaq PBLA passed 7 scans, including the SMA crossover and RSI range scan, Scan 10, with an RSI between 40 and 65 and the 5-day simple moving average above the 100-day simple moving average, and the high volume and RSI range scan, Scan 34, with a volume above 1 million shares and RSI between 40 and 65. Nasdaq CVKD passed 7 scans, with the Ichimoku crossover scan, Scan 11, where the Ichimoku conversion line crosses above the baseline, and the MACD reversal scan, Scan 12, with an RSI between 30 and 40 and MACD crossing above its signal line. Nasdaq Cap'n passed 7 scans, including the MACD reversal scan, Scan 12, and the low ATR and MACD scan, Scan 27, with an average true range below 0.2 and MACD crossing above its signal line. Nasdaq LPTX passed 6 scans, with the EMA trend strength scan, Scan 13, where the closing price crosses above the 20-day exponential moving average and ADX is between 30 and 40, and the EMA 20 to 50 crossover scan, scan 41, with the closing price crossing above the 20-day exponential moving average. Nasdaq WMG past 6 scans, including the RSI and SMA breakout scan, scan 14, and the Ichimoku and stochastic RSI scan, scan 15, with the closing price crossing above the Ichimoku conversion line. Nasdaq PRTG past 6 scans, with the Ichimoku and stochastic RSI scan, scan 15, and the stochastic RSI oversold scan, scan 20, where the stochastic RSI slow line is below 20. Nasdaq TSMU past 6 scans, including the EMA crossover scan, scan 16, with the 5-day exponential moving average crossing above the 50-day exponential moving average, and the MACD recovery scan, scan 17, with the MACD below 0, but crossing above its signal line. Nasdaq TSMX past 6 scans, with the MACD recovery scan, scan 17, and the EMA 200 breakout scan, scan 18, where the closing price crosses above the 200-day exponential moving average. Nasdaq SBRA past 6 scans, including the EMA 200 breakout scan, scan 18, and the SMA 200 and VWAP support scan, scan 19, with the volume-weighted average price below the closing price. Nasdaq FCLL past 6 scans, with the SMA 200 and VWAP support scan, scan 19, and the Bollinger and stochastic RSI scan, scan 21, where the closing price crosses above the Bollinger lower band. Nasdaq PXLW past 6 scans, including the stochastic RSI oversold scan, scan 20, and the SMA 50 and stochastic RSI scan, scan 28, with the stochastic RSI slow line below 40. Nasdaq MDRR past 6 scans, with the Bollinger and stochastic RSI scan, scan 21, and the parabolic SCR and EMA crossover scan, scan 22, with the 10-day exponential moving average crossing above the 20-day exponential moving average. Nasdaq MDRE past 6 scans, including the parabolic SCR and EMA crossover scan, scan 22, and the Bollinger bounce scan, scan 23, where the closing price is above the Bollinger lower band. Finally, Nasdaq G past 6 scans, with the Bollinger bounce scan, scan 23, and the Williams percent range oversold scan, scan 47, with Williams percent range between -100 and -50. These top 20 Nasdaq stocks were selected through 50 distinct technical scans, with QDL leading at 11 scans and others ranging from 6 to 10. Each stock's presence reflects a combination of bullish indicators like RSI levels, moving average crossovers, and volume surges. For a full breakdown, check the exported CSV file, and stay tuned as we visualize these trends next.